What is up, my Lorcana Goons? Welcome to the Friday Market Watch. It is October 20th. My name is Kevin, and we're going to talk about some Lorcana stuff today. Let's go over our favorite cards, shall we? So I'm over here at the TCG Player Best-Selling tab, and I'm noticing that the first thing here is the Rise of the Floodborn booster box. So I see people buying these pre-orders, and I have to say it every time. Don't buy the pre-orders, in my opinion. The booster box, you can clearly tell, is competitive pricing to the current Chapter 1 booster box, but I don't know how that's going to warrant when all these supposed reprints and second waves and all this other stuff comes out, right? I think it's going to be hard to get Chapter 2, especially now that the game is a lot more popular. So if this is something that's enticing you and you're making those sales, I totally understand. But me personally, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to go to as many local game stores as possible and try and do some deals, right? Try and talk to these people, but do not buy these gift sets for this price, guys. There's a lot of sales happening this week. I don't know obviously if they're legit or not, but they don't look legit because I don't know why somebody would buy 4 gift sets for $400 each. That's $1,200 plus for 4 of these, and these are going to be about the same price as the current gift set that we have for Chapter 1. Maybe a little bit more because it comes with extra promos, but just because it's the Disney 100th edition, I don't think this is going to warrant this price ever. Not even in like 10 years, maybe in like 1,000 years or something, but that's a little ridiculous. So do not buy the pre-orders, guys. Not even the Merlin Goat pre-order. No matter how much you want to play the Goat in your deck or test it out, don't pre-order it. I guarantee you'll be able to find the Goat. People are crazy. You goons already got them up on TCG Player. It's only been like 2 days since this card was released, and there's already a listing right here. That's wild. I don't know many uncommons that are more than $3. The only one is Flynn Rider and Cheshire Cat. Now, do I think Merlin the Goat is going to be a Flynn Rider or Cheshire Cat? No, of course not. It comes in the starter deck. So no, do not buy this for $3. Even if you're rich, even if you have all the money, if you're Bill Gates, if you're Mr. Bezos, I don't want to see you buying no goats for $3. It don't make sense. Look, they got Prince John. They got Prince John already. This card was literally announced yesterday, and they have it for $12.88. Now I'll be real with you. Cusco's a $20 rare. Cusco's an emerald card. Now, do I think Prince John is going to be a emerald $20 rare? Not necessarily, but these people have it listed for more than $10. We've seen how Lilo went from a $20+ rare all the way down to a $10 rare, guys. So, do you really want to take your chances with pre-orders on Prince John? Let me know in the comments if you think these are good prices for these pre-order singles. They got Madam Mim, the Purple Dragon. This card was announced last night at 5 p.m. and these goons already have it up. Actually, you can't even buy this one. They just have it on TCG Player. But I imagine the price for this card is going to be pretty high because it's a legendary, and I don't think that many legendaries are going to warrant such a high price like that, guys. So when you see the pricing on this card, don't buy it. But let's get on to the cards you actually can buy right now, today. So we have Elsa, Spirit of Winter, the Enchanted rare, listing for less than $800 now. So a couple sales did happen in the last like 2 days for $795 and $750. This $750 really is the only one that kind of matters, I think, because when you look at the listings, now some of the listings have fallen below $800. So it's still kind of close to that $800 range. I would still say it's like, you know, a $775 a dollar card. To say 800, it's an $800 card, you know, it's an exaggeration, but you can still like run around and say that, right? So yeah, Elsa is still very much expensive. I don't think it's going to go down in price anytime soon. But I do want to point out the PSA Elsas that are the sales that are happening for the PSA Enchanted Elsas. Here we go. Sorry, wrong tab. So the PSA Enchanted Elsas, a PSA 10 sold yesterday for $1,000. Now, that's only about $200 to $300 more than that current market price for like $750, $775. And then we have some PSA 8 Elsas that sold yesterday for $425. Now, you guys tell me, because I'm not too familiar with PSA. Is a PSA 8 Elsa warrant almost half the price of a raw Elsa? I don't see why you couldn't just buy this Elsa, crack the case open, and bam, you have a raw Elsa you can sell. So to my understanding, even like PSA 9 isn't like damaged or anything. PSA 9 I think would be considered close to near mint. But this person got a PSA 9 Elsa for $675. I've seen PSA 9s get graded like that because of the centering, because of things like that, not because of how damaged or mint the card is. So if you can find Elsas for less than market price that are graded just because they're graded less than 10, hey man, you guys do you. That's pretty interesting. But so I did want to point that out for the Enchanted Elsas, that there are some wacky sales going on eBay. I don't understand. So if somebody can explain that to me, or if you're the ones getting them at less than the market price, that is actually pretty interesting. I also wanted to talk about the D23 promo Elsa. So this card is the most expensive D23 foil that we have. And in particular, one sold this week for $7,000 for a PSA 10. Now, I don't know much about PSA, and I don't recommend personally like investing any money for anything because I don't know anything about money. But I do know that TCGs can be a volatile market, but I also do know that TCGs can be money makers. So I did have a PSA D23 Elsa. I did get rid of it just recently for a very good price, and both parties were happy, so I cannot complain. And seeing this card go up only makes sense because I do think this is one of the promo cards that's going to stay going up. Some of the other D23 promos have not really been going up in price, to be honest. And some have been selling for prices that I don't even think are legit, like this PSA 10 D23 Rockstar Stitch for $340. That Elsa was 7,000 that just sold. This one for 320. I don't know how that happened, but hey, that's crazy. But a lot of the PSA 9s for these guys, they're around $1,200, $1,300. Like this PSA 9 Rockstar Stitch, $1,300. There was a Robin Hood up there that was about $1,200. And usually like the Hook and the Cruella de Vil, they end up being that price. The only one that ends up being a little bit more is the Mickey, but unfortunately I don't want to buy any PSA graded Mickeys because PSA dropped the ball earlier in the year, and there has been like the whole fake Mickey. I don't even know if it's confirmed, but I think it is confirmed, or rumor, whatever. All that information is going around. So there are fake D23 Mickeys. Those were very easy to fake, unfortunately. But for the other ones, I really do like them. So, more Enchanted news. Tinkerbell, Giant Fairy, has been going down in price. A lot of the Enchanteds have been going down in price, to be honest. A lot of them hitting closer to like the 150 range. The reason I bring up Tinkerbell in particular is because I got this one for around closer to 300, and right now it's, I want to say, selling for, what is it, 240, 250 range. So we take those. I'll take those L's. That's not even an L really, just because, to be honest, I think this card is really cool. Somebody asked in the comments what I think like long term of Enchanted Rares. I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna be a collector for certain things, and I'm gonna keep this card. And I do want to collect all the Enchanteds. If Elsa wasn't so expensive, obviously I'd want that one too. But I think in the long run, it's gonna be worth it to have all the Enchanteds and to have them all like in good condition, right? Just in general, this game's gonna hold a lot of nostalgia for me and a lot of people, so I just want to collect it for my own personal value. I don't even really care if it's gonna go up or down in price because I know that I got it at a price where I felt comfortable at. And then in my other experiences in TCGs, this card could potentially reach new heights, and if it doesn't, I really don't mind. I imagine it's going to go even lower when more reprints happen, and that's okay because I'm just going to buy more of them. So that's how I look at it. But yeah, let's go on to some legendaries that have been going up in price. Ursula, we last looked at it. It was like a $16 legendary. As of this Friday, it is a little bit closer to $20. So a lot of the verified listings are kind of happening at like 17 plus $2 shipping. So like 17 plus $1, so like $18 is what you're probably going to be expected to pay for an Ursula this weekend. But let's see what happens. Let's see if it bounces off that $20 mark or if it goes past $20. Ursula being a really good legendary in multiplayer and in the metagame right now. I also have Gantu. So this Gantu foil has been going up in price. So we looked at it on Monday, and on Monday we noticed that it was a little bit more than $15 for the foils, and there was a couple listings. All those sold, and now the only listings available now are going to be $24. So there's only 9 listings left too. So are we about to experience a Gantu buyout? I don't know. After those first $24 though, it goes to 30-ish. And then I don't know. To be honest, it's hard to pull foil legendaries, but I just don't. Gantu sucks. I'll be frank with you. Nobody plays Gantu. Nobody uses it. It has no application in any deck right now. Steel got the 2 worst legendaries. Maybe this will be good in the future, but that's just so hard to tell, right? That's just random. But I'm probably gonna put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna list this card. So I think this is a little bit too high of a price for the foil Gantu. We have Cusco. Cusco, everybody knows, being one of my favorite cards. No touchy, best effect ever. the foil pricings are still bouncing off that like $23, $24 range, and the non-foil pricings are bouncing off that $20 range. So $19 is what the verified sellers got them at. Is probably what you're expected to pay. But I think that's a very good price for Cusco. We've seen a lot of reveals for Emerald cards in Chapter 2 recently, and I don't think any card, not even their legend, not even the legendaries from Chapter 2, are realistically better than Cusco at what Emerald does in general, right? So Cusco's just an insane card. I think it's always going to keep its value. So always good to see it at that like $20 range. Hades is a legendary sapphire staple that has been going up in price. There's even kind of a buyout kind of almost happening with Hades. A sale happened within this time frame that I was filming this video. So if you look at this, there's 5 cold foil Hades that's sold today, all for more than $50. There's only 8 listings left, and the first verified seller has it at $55 basically, and after that it jumps all the way to $70. So if this $55 one sells, we're going to be looking at $70 foil Hades, right? We noticed on Monday that this foil price went up. It's actually higher than what it was when the game first came out. I think people do definitely need Hades in their Sapphire deck. It's a really good 4 of card that is one of the few removal cards that Sapphire has. So I can see why this foil is getting that expensive, and the artwork is super nice. Hercules is a collector style like IP, so I really like to see that. Captain Hook, Thinking a Happy Thought, has been seeing a lot of metagame play. It's used in Sapphire Steel. It's used in Amber Steel now, so you can use Whole New World on turn 3, or you can grab your swords on turn 3. Really cool card. The actual non-foil is only like $2, but the foil has been going up, so the foil now is at least $5 to $6, with the next few verified sellers bumping it up all the way to $750. So as you can see, these foil Captain Hook shifts are getting new heights. Cool to see the metagame make an impact on the cold foil sales. If you didn't already know, cold foils probably have a lot more long-term value than non-foils. So I think hollowing out your deck early does kind of do you some good. And then we have Beast Wolf's Bane. So remember this had a huge buyout last week, went all the way up to like $40. On Monday, some were selling for like $25-ish, and it has had a good recovery where now the only listings available are at $30. So Beast Wolf's Bane, about $30 for a foil. That buyout was extremely fishy. It did not look at all like it was a real buyout. Obviously, people were just kind of messing with the price, but throughout this week a lot of sales have happened for the Beast Wolf's Bane foil, and a lot of them happened from 25, 26, 25. It did calm down from that $30 range, but after all those ones in the 20s sold, one sold for $33, and now we have $30, $33, $34, $35. Let me know what you guys think of Beast Wolfsbane. I personally like this card a lot, not necessarily because of the effect. That's why I have so many of them, by the way. I just love the artwork. It gives me like Renaissance vibes. I'm a very big fan of the artwork there. Lilo Limbo, here we go. Let's see how low Lilo's gone. Welcome to Lilo Limbo, everybody. We're gonna see the price on Lilo since last Monday, or this Monday. Okay, $8.50 is the lowest non-verified seller, so you can get a Lilo there for $8.50, and then the first verified seller has it at $10. Prophecy Gaming Co. dictating this price, $10 Lilos. Okay, $10 Lilos. I want to see if this hits lower than $10. Let's see if this will catch up to the Maleficent, because this card, as more cards from Chapter 2 come out, this card looks like less and less impactful, right? So we'll see how this goes with Lilo. Good luck, Lilo. Tinkerbell the Giant Fairy, the most expensive super rare in the set, is now less than $20. And I say that arguably, right? Because there's non-verified people selling it for $19.99, and then it goes straight to $20. But it's about a $20 super rare. This card used to be like $25. Even the foil is gone down in price a little bit. The foil used to be like closer to $35, a little bit more, and now it's about $30 for the foil. Whereas the first verified seller on TCG has it for $21, $21.50 actually. But I think I would consider this more of a $20 super rare right now. I would try and pick them up for $20 if you can. Another card that I think you can pick up for a decent price right now is Ariel Spectacular Singer. This is going to be a staple in every Amber deck to come, I think, and it's only $8 right now. This used to be $10, used to be more than $10 about 2 weeks ago. A lot of the card prices are falling, so very good time to pick up on your staples. Very good time to pick up some staples. And then we have Belle, the Strange but Special. This is another staple. Actually, no, this is not a staple in Sapphire decks. You can get away with not playing Belle in some of your Sapphire decks, to be honest. It just really depends on what you're trying to do. $30 on the Belle is what we're seeing right now. Maybe a little bit more, but yeah, Belle is a legendary that you need in most Sapphire decks. Not all of them though. But that's probably why it isn't as expensive as Hades now. Hades is more expensive than Belle. That's kind of crazy. That switch plays. Maybe John Silver will become more expensive than Belle. Very interesting. So right now, Belle hitting those lows of $30. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Then we have some cool foils that we want to take a look at. So Maleficent Sorceress is a cold foil that ends up being about $3, even though it is a common. That's pretty cool. A lot of the Amethyst foils end up being pretty expensive right now for whatever reason, and I think this card's never going to be bad. So a common foil, $3. Very cool there. Ariel on human legs, pretty cool there. This foil last Monday we said it barely hit $1, but if we look at it this time, now it's about $2. Yeah, doubled in price. So if you're looking at the market watch, you're able to watch this double in price. The reason why this card is going up is because there is a red yellow deck that is pretty popular, Amber Ruby. Some people call it McDonald's. I call it ketchup mustard. It uses Ariel on human legs, and it takes advantage of stuff like Lantern and Abomination Stitch. So this card has gone up in price, at least just to be a $2 foil, right? Because it warrants that now. It used to be like 50 cents, and now it's $2. So if you had like 1,000 of these, now you're in your bag. And then the last full cold foil I want to go over is Fishbone Quill. This card is about $6 to $7 for the cold foil. I think this card only gets better with time. Sapphire has been getting a lot of popularity, and this card is really important in most Sapphire builds. Not all of them, but you could also combo this card off with the new Tiana that comes out in Chapter 2. And since we're seeing that type of synergy with not having cards in your hand, we're probably going to see more cards that become better with stuff like Fishbone Quill. So this card is like $7 as a foil right now, 6-ish, depending on where you're getting it from, but I think that this is a very good price for it. I think it might get even better, and this is a good staple for Sapphire cards. So if you want to get rid of it, get rid of them now. There's a little bit of hype behind them. So that has been the Disney Lorcana Market Watch by Lorcana Goons on Friday, October 20th. I hope you guys learned something. I know I learned something, and if you want to support, leave some like, comments, and subscriptions. Check out our Discord. We have the description. We have the link in the description below. And yeah, be sure to check out Lorcana Goons on all the platforms. I hope you Goons have a good weekend, and we will see you guys next time.